Hey guys, T-Ban here. First of all, I would like to wish everybody a happy new year. Welcome to 2020. And to start off the year, I have something special for you guys. I know a lot of you have been asking me for an item tier list for items 2.0 in Underlords, and I have decided to create one for you guys so you have a reference or something that could possibly guide you in choosing your items better, because items are honestly a huge part of the game, and without choosing the right items, you may be at a huge disadvantage. So hopefully this can help you a little bit. In this video, I'm just going to explain a little bit about why I put some of these items in the list that they're in, so you can also have a better understanding of why you may be picking them, or in which situations you may not want to choose some of the items in this list as well. So to start off, I've created pretty much 5 different lists. We got the God tier. So these are the items that are, like, for me, pretty much auto picks in any packs. Whenever I see these items, I pretty much take it over anything. Hand of Midas is a tier 2 item. You can get it really early in the game if you pick it up, and it gives like 30 attack speed as well. So even without the gold effect, the attack speed itself is like really efficient if you compare it to like most of the other items inside the game. So that's really nice. And on top of that, you got the gold effect that you can have you can pretty much create gold out of nothing, right? Like people are getting gold from interest, or they are lose streaking or win streaking, but now when you have Hand of Midas, you have one other ability that other players may not have, to be able to make yourself more gold, thus being able to upgrade more units or level faster than some of the other players in the game. And this item for now is just an absolute nuts, and you're gonna want to take that, and you really want to put it on someone. If you check around on all your units, you can see which one gets the most amount of kills, and you can just put it on that. The other one's like Vlad's team item. It can buff your pretty much like 9 units on your board at best, and it's insane because it gives 5 armor, 10% lifesteal, 10% damage. And for me, in this tier list, some of the reasons why I put some of the items very high is because they could be very selfless, in the sense that it can support more than just one unit in your team. And Vlad's is one of those items, right, where you put it on someone, but it's not just affecting that one unit, but it will be affecting multiple other units. So it has a lot more value because of it, and it's really insane. Moonshot Butterfly, these are hands down the best in slot like items for most carries, so that's really good. Thorn, if you ever get to it, freaking absolutely insane item. This is the best tier 5 item, I would say, in the game. And these are pretty much, like, for me, always gonna be the auto picks if I ever get the chance to get those. So yeah, and I really can't imagine in any situation us like letting that down. So in we have the next tier, we called it amazing. So this is like, for me, if I get these in a pack, if it's not obviously the auto pick ones, like, I'm extremely happy with these choices as well. Most of these are very like team oriented items, I would say. Like, for example, Desolator, tier 2 item. When you put -5 armor on one of the opponent units, as long as you position your team to be able to focus fire in one direction, so all your units can potentially benefit from that -5 armor being applied to one unit, right? So it's like better than level 1 Heartless, and it's a huge damage spike, and also you get it very early in the game, so it's really nice because of that reason. Then we got like things like Vanguard, early game tank item, Shadow Blade, Silver Edge, like really solid DPS. So if I just take a look here, some of the items like that might make me think like people wouldn't understand why I put it up there. Maybe it would be like Mech. One of the reasons why I really like Mech is, like, at worst, it's healing my unit for like 750 health at least, and at best it's insane, right? Like, if you can maximize its use. From my personal experience, every time I took Mech, I pretty much check the healing charts, and it's hitting like 2,000 to like 4,000 health gain at some point, and which equates to like an additional unit on the board, right? Like how much it's healing on average. So because of that, I really like this item in this new patch, and I think like it's something that you would really like to buy. Everything else is pretty like easy to see. You know, these are some of the tier 5 items. I just put them here to differentiate like which tier 5 items are better than the other ones. Pretty much. Blade Mail, I guess, like is something people might doubt, but it gives armor, which makes a unit tankier, and it's a really good item against a lot of assassin players. And one thing that people don't know about Blade Mail is like it's really good with warlocks because you can like heal off the damage that this item does and stuff, and it's like it's really good, especially when you put it on warlocks. And you have like this constant flow of DPS coming out from the Blade Mail. So I really like that. And one thing to note as well is that I just put them in order of like the tiers that they come in, so you know at which stage in the game that like they can come in and how you want to pick it at that. So I put like the later stages, like the tier 5 items near the end on each of the list, and earlier the items come, we put them at the front. So if you look like here, this is all the tier 2 items, and the king of tier 2 items is just Midas. And one thing to also mention is that I did not add any of the tier 1 items into the list because, let's be real here, most of it is all just rubbish, and they probably all about really the same. There isn't really much of a difference there, so you can just kind of take whatever you want. So moving on, we have like the useful items. These items I feel are like they're good, like on average, but they don't make the amazing cut. You know, like their potential could be just as good as these items, but I feel like on average they're just like decent. But if you high roll like or in the situations, like they could be really good. For example, Stonehaul Cloak, if you can get it, for example, on like a Viper or something who's innately tanky and benefits from the extra HP because they can deal a lot of constant flow of damage while also attaining kills, it's good. Scrappies would be another situation where it's really good. Or Legion Commander. I've had many games where Legion Commander with a Stonehaul Cloak has like 12,000 HP or something. So that's pretty crazy. That's pretty much both of the Stonehaul items. Crystal's very decent DPS. Some items that maybe might be a bit confusing would be, I guess, Target Buddy. A lot of people don't like Target Buddy that much, but I feel like on average it's still pretty good because it's a tank for you and it can also taunt. So at the start of the fight you can just like disable some units, and in this assassin heavy meta, Target Buddy is really good. You just put it in the back when you're down to like fighting only 2 assassins or something in the game, and then the Target Buddy can just, you know, buy you some time so your units just don't instantly get bursted, right? Most of these things are really good stats. Pipe, I think like it doesn't really deserve to be useful in this current meta because we don't see a lot of mages. I would probably put that more in situational, but like if ever there's a time where mages do get even a little bit of a buff, I see a lot of use for Pipe because again, it's a team item and I love team items that can pretty much benefit multiple heroes on your board. And with against Scrappies as well, it's really nice having that magic resistance because Scrappies do a lot of magic damage. I guess Healing Word is something people might be confused about, but ever since they buffed Healing Word to 50 health a second and made it tier 4, I found a lot of good uses for it. I kind of just put it like in the second row and just pretty much let my frontline heal up, and on the third row we have like some range units and they really like this 50 health per second, right? Because like for a lot of range units this is sometimes healing for more than 20% of their health, so I really like it for that reason. And the range units tend to take a lot of like collateral damage or like some random AoE spells, and topping them off is like really nice because of the Healing Word. And if you check like the healing charts, as long as you position it well, you're gonna see a lot of healing done from this new item. So that's really special and I'm a big fan of that. Satanic, I guess, is one item I was kind of confused about whether it's actually good or not, but then I realized like worst case scenario, it's still giving 750 health, raw health to a unit. So, and if he even gets one hit off when he's below 30% and he can heal up some more, it could be really, really good. So I think it's decent. Radiance could potentially be up in the amazing category. But I decided to just put it in useful because if your frontline unit or second line unit dies with it, then it pretty much really doesn't do anything. But the miss chance is kind of nice. Yeah. So in situational, there are some things that could be a bit questionable. Like for example, Battle Fury. Battle Fury is like the best item for assassins because Ember Spirit with Battle Fury can pretty much net you like top 2, top 3 in almost any given game. But that's pretty much the only really good use for Battle Fury though. Like anyone else doesn't really benefit from the cleave effect from Battle Fury that much. So that's pretty much the reason why it is put in situational. But in assassins, it would be like a god tier item, right? So that's the only really big questionable thing. I guess another one would be like the horn. The horn is kind of awkward. It's like, for me, it's at best it's like a tombstone because it just summons this Thunderhide and then it just kind of tanks for you a little bit. But apart from that, it doesn't really do much. That's why I see like being situational, because if you really don't have any other choices and you gotta go for it, then that's what you gotta go for, right? Dagon, I guess, is something that people think that it's not that good. Like maybe it deserves to be even a lower tier, but I really like Dagon in some situations where I have some kind of a spellcaster who doesn't die, but he's just chilling in the back without any items. I just put it on him, and sometimes in a fight it can get like 2 or 3 Dagons off, and some in really good situations, the unit that it gets Dagon cannot cast a spell before it dies because it gets bursted by the Dagon effect. So that's really cool. And for the last list, I got the rework or extremely like rework needed or extremely situational list. These are items for me where like I pretty much never find myself taking these items if I have other options. Like if I have any of these other options in the other tiers, I pretty much end up taking those over these. I guess like especially Barricade, Blink Force, or Venom, these need some kind of rework for sure. Mask of Madness, this is like one of those extremely situational items because it's good on like a Slark 2, which even in Assassins, most people don't even play it, but it's just not good. There's not a lot of heroes that are just have passive abilities anymore. But the super extremely situational, like really good from hero from Mask of Madness would be Troll Warlord, right? But the stage that where you get Mask of Madness, you can't really like plan your way into getting a Troll Warlord because there's also a chance that you won't be able to find the Troll Warlord even you get to the stage where you can get it, right? So I really not a big fan of Mask of Madness anymore, especially since Luna's gone, Phantom Assassin's gone, like some of the best Mask of Madness carriers. So yeah, that's, and Slark got pretty much nerfed, right? As a tier 4 unit. He was better before. So yeah, super situational. Octarine, very, very ineffective item. Don't like it. Diffusal, same thing. Vesture, Aegis, they're just, I haven't even had a chance to use them, but like in theory they're just not good. Yeah, so that's pretty much my item tier list, and hopefully you guys got a better understanding of like why I put some of these items in this kind of order. And hopefully in your games you can use this to choose better items. Anyway, I hope this was all helpful. Feel free to ask me any questions in my Twitch channel in the description below, and I wish you all again a happy new year.